Yo, 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 are we live? Is this working? Is this thing on? Hello. Let's get it all going. Oops, don't need to open Spotify. There we go.
So yeah, I wasn't there when the meth was cooked.
Me neither, me neither. Okay, audio seems to be going. We are live. Okay, yeah. What's up, everybody? How's it going? So this is a live stream. You may be wondering, what am I watching? This is a live stream for the YouTube channel What's Therapy. So if that's where you intended to be, you're in the right place. That's exactly where you are. Thank you for hanging out here. We got some early birds in the chat. Nix, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. It says, welcome to Nice, because the name of the member channel is called Nice. Yeah, welcome to Nice. We also have someone asking, why is this a redemption stream? That's a good question. I didn't realize that it probably didn't make perfect sense to everybody, but the most recent video is called Real Redemption, question mark. So that's why this is called a redemption stream. Yeah, I realized when you wrote that, it kind of sounds like I did something wrong. Speaking of which, how's the audio? That's a good question. I didn't realize that it probably... Oh, the audio is lush. Nick says you tripped and fell finger first into the join button. Into the join button. So you are now one with the join button. Everybody say hi. Everybody say hi to each other. I'm so happy to be streaming. It's so crazy to be streaming again. It's been like a month, or I mean, I stream on Twitch more frequently, but it's been a while since I streamed on YouTube. So very cool to be back. I think my last stream was, yeah, the postmortem with Simply Snaps. Yeah, you slipped and fell. Are you sure you tripped? You might have slipped. So yeah, thanks for coming out, everybody. It feels really great to have finished this most recent video, and thank you very much for watching and enjoying it. So many of you. Yeah, I'll definitely say more about that. But first, this is very important. I found this. I think this is like real. I don't know how. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Like they say in the description, no, this is not real. But that's exactly what you would say if this was real. Wow. I don't know. So I don't know what to make of that. Hello, 2-week-old pickle. Hello. Oh, hey, Kat. Hey, John Smith, Brave Valkyrie, Basil Brush, Eoin Harrison. I don't know how you pronounce that, actually. But there's a good author with that name, right? The guy who wrote Artemis Fowl and stuff, that's his name, right? So, full disclosure, streaming on YouTube, there's like a 20-second delay between when you comment and when I see your comment. And like you're seeing me like 15 seconds late, probably. Maybe 20 seconds late. It's 15 or 20. So I'm just telling you that so you know. Oh my gosh, I found this on YouTube too. Check this out.
Select your fighter. Jimmy McGill, Chuck McGill.
This is crazy good. Wait, what does that say? Despite Chuck having the most speed and power out of any fighter, his weakness to electricity leaves him with the poorest defense. It's kind of harsh. I have so many memes and videos I've found.
I am not crazy.
That's his catchphrase. Oh, damn. Wow. Is that it?
Let's just say I know a guy who knows a guy.
Oh man, that was so good. Everyone subscribe to that account. I don't know how they made that. So yeah, so Wait, am I seeing all the comments? Oh yeah, I am. Okay, I see. When can I start asking the real questions? Seems like it's meme time right now. That's a pretty good observation. You can do whatever though. We're making it swiftly through the first half of meme time, or the main chunk actually of meme time. So we're gonna be going soon into let me give a good structure of the stream. I gotta get better at streaming. I've been doing it for almost 2 years. So tonight we're gonna do some really fun stuff. Okay, we're gonna start. We've made it through a lot of the memes. What's this? Another meme. We are going to enjoy ourselves, and then we're going to respond to some comments, which is also going to be enjoyable. Y'all left some amazing comments, and it made me want to say a lot of things, and I'm sure you'll have a lot of responses. But no, feel free to ask questions at any point, and I will get distracted, and or I'll save it and come back to it. You can super chat if you want, also, but don't feel compelled to. But thank you everybody for watching all the vids, and I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of people who still are, really interested in Better Call Saul, and that's how it should be. People don't just stop liking a show just because it ends. There's so much to rewatch. There's so many themes that go through it. One of my favorite comments I get is when people say that I inspired them to rewatch the show. Hopefully rewatch. I don't want to inspire people to watch the show because I don't want people to watch the show when, or I don't want people to watch my videos when they haven't seen the show. I really don't. Because if you're interested enough to watch a fucking video about Better Call Saul, you'd probably like the show. So don't, spoil it. That's crazy. That's like watching Better Call Saul without having seen Breaking Bad. You know what I mean? That's just some kind of ridiculous stuff like that. It's funny. I still get comments on my videos. I mean, I will forever because people don't watch them in order or anything. Actually, watching them in order wouldn't even be helpful because I only admit it in the fourth one. But anyways, I get comments where people are like, wait, so have you seen Breaking Bad or not? Yeah, I can't believe this is such a great gift. I got this as a gift, and I thought they got it off the Better Call Saul website, but they just got a actual sweatshirt from the university. So I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing great, honestly. Things have been going well for me. I've been enjoying life, for the most part. I hope you're all doing well or okay or pretty good. I have a lot of fun stuff to talk about because, I work so hard on this video and then I release it and everybody has comments and there's so much interesting conversation to be had. My first question is, can you discuss the human nature and psychology behind the types of... Oh, you left that comment too, I believe. Yeah, that's an interesting question. I feel like that question is... I feel like you might already have ideas on the subject. I'd be interested in hearing your ideas. Human nature and psychology of chicanery. I mean, chicanery, when he says chicanery, he's referring to, which behaviors of Jimmy's is he referring to specifically? He's referring to... I have to look at him to help me remember. Is he talking about the courtroom situation, or is he talking about the... Yeah, I'm trying to remember when he said... Obviously, that's well into his freak out speech. So is he talking just generally about Jimmy, or... I forget what he's specifically referring to when he says chicanery. I'm sure you all remember. But anyways, hope you're all doing well. I appreciate you all hanging out, and I'm so glad people enjoy watching my videos. And yeah, I'm glad this is a very fun thing that I've, after a few years on YouTube, there's this little online space that we have, a little bit of community, and that's very nice. So yeah, is the chicanery the psychological warfare? He says, when he says chicanery, does he mean the manipulation? My thought is that maybe it doesn't go much deeper than because people can get away with it and because it's fun. Yeah, I think those are big factors for sure. Less socially benevolent upbringings. Yeah. Yeah, we really don't learn a lot about their upbringing, but I would my guess is that their parents were very loving, but maybe like not always great at getting in touch with them. Because the situation with the dad not listening to Jimmy when he says the guy's not robbing him, but like scamming him. Um, I just got a notification that someone on the BoJack Horseman subreddit can't afford therapy. Coincidence? BoJack Horseman's a great show, and unfortunately, there's way too many people that can't afford therapy because therapy is way too expensive. A lot of therapists don't even take insurance, but the ones that do, I mean, it's hard to get good insurance. A lot of people have super high deductibles in the U.S., so that means you have to pay a bunch of money before your insurance even kicks in. But most people don't realize that therapy is cheaper than they think. Most of my clients don't know how much therapy is going to be when they start coming to me because that's how health insurance is in the US. I don't know how much stuff is going to be when I go get health care either. It's so annoying. But luckily, therapy is relatively regimented. I can tell people based on their insurance or like I can help people figure it out. It's not that hard as much as like when you go get x-rays or surgery. God forbid they could tell you how much that's going to cost before you go in. But anyways, too many people can't afford therapy, yeah. But yeah, don't make fun. BoJack fans are cool. I think BoJack's a great show, and I should probably do a video about it eventually. But I maybe I won't, and I'll just enjoy it. He's talking about him changing the number. You're right. Yeah, he's talking about the specific scam. Yeah. Oh, the courtroom shenanigans in general. Okay, we got a little mixed bag. Planting the battery on him. No, he's not talking about planting the battery. Oh, is he? Does he? I was gonna say he said it before he realized the battery was planted, but I think I'm wrong about that. Do you know Todd on BoJack's voice actor is Jesse on Breaking Bad? I literally just learned that today, and I think I might have known it in the back of my mind. Like they do look similar, but yeah, that's a really cool overlap. Oh, and just to answer the people who ask, I am gonna watch Breaking Bad. I am gonna watch Breaking Bad. I've definitely made up my mind that I'm gonna watch it. It might take a few months. I mean, it's not gonna be like immediately, but I'm definitely gonna watch it. Yeah. Like, why would I not? You know what I mean? Okay. This is so good. This is so good.
I am not crazy. I know he swapped those numbers. I knew it was 1216. One after Magna Carta, as if I could ever make such a mistake. Never. I just couldn't prove it.
Oh shit! Sorry, they got an Aphex Twin song in there. That's sick. Oh, that's from like the newest album, right? Or no, is that an old one? No, he has a lot of similar album art. No, it's an old one. My bad.
He covered his tracks. He got that idiot at the copy shop to lie for him.
Mr. McGill, please, you don't have to go.
You think this is something? You think this is bad?
Wait. They got the other guy in there too?
Mr. McGill,
Hold on.
His tracks. He got that idiot at the copy shop to lie for him.
Mr. McGill, please, you don't have to
You think this is something? You think this is bad? This chicanery? He's done worse. That's Billboard. Are you telling me that a man just happens to fall like that? No, he orchestrated it. Jimmy.
Like, not to interrupt the meme with like taking it way too seriously, but like that is what we do here. You know, Chuck just should have talked about this shit with Jimmy. Like without it being a fight. Like it doesn't have to be like a huge fight every time. I mean, it's a TV show, so I have so much more to say. I can't wait to talk about the comments. I was going through them today as I get them ready to show, as I select the ones I'm going to show, and there's so much to say. My other question was regarding the depiction of Chuck's illness in the show. I know it's acting, but I was sort of bothered because the trope of I'm not crazy really does a disservice to real issues. I think that's the point. I think they're making a comment on how we think about mental health issues. I talk about this like at way too much length in my part 4 video, but like there's like I even found like a scholarly research article where someone was analyzing Better Call Saul and they were looking at it as a commentary on US or Western or human ways of conceiving of mental health as like stigmatized, I guess. So I think what you're picking up on, like this position that Chuck is put in, like I was just a moment ago talking about. Sorry, I'm putting my socks back on because I took them off and then I was like, no, I kind of want my socks back on. This stream doesn't knock your socks off; it puts your socks back on. But anyways, yeah, I was just talking about how like Chuck could have done more for Jimmy just by like directly addressing things. Maybe if he had issues with Jimmy, like maybe he could have just directly addressed them. The same thing could obviously be said for Jimmy. And like the whole like part of Jimmy honestly doesn't do a terrible job with how he's a caretaker for Chuck. I never really went into that like in depth, but I think that's an interesting question. Maybe that's something I'll go into more on the Discord chat that we have soon about this. Nice sweater. Where did you get it? A family member got it for me as a gift from the actual University of American Samoa's website. Awesome. I do think Jimmy as a caretaker was an enabler, but like that's not. I don't think he was trying to do it. I think he was just not. He didn't really know like what the solution for Chuck was. Like you see in that conversation Jimmy has with the doctor, he's sort of like, my brother has tried everything, like doctors can't help him, and he seems to really mean it. So he just believes that Chuck is not, like the medical system can't help Chuck. That's actually kind of interesting. Like in a way, like they both didn't, I don't know, I don't want to put it on them. I was going to say they didn't like believe that the possibility was there, so they didn't pursue it enough, but I don't actually know that. It's behind the scenes. We could all just make up, what we say.
He defecated through a sunroof. And I saved him. I shouldn't have.
The fact that they get the capitalizations like for everything as well, it's crazy. Oh, Dr. Dog, they're great. Dr. Dog.
He defecated through a sunroof.
Defecated? Wait, there's no song called Defecated? There's no song that's just the past tense of defecate? Someone needs to make a song called Defecated.
I saved him. I shouldn't have. I took him into my...
And I will say, I'm just like so fucking unfocused. This is so unimportant, but the reason they couldn't find a lowercase d that would have been perfect is that Spotify and other platforms have rules where they formalize all the stuff you put in. I've released music on streaming services before, and like you can't get it. You can't just get whatever sort of symbols and orientations you want.
Sunroof. I saved him. I shouldn't have. I took him into my own firm. What was I thinking? He'll never change.
Like this is, like the fact that Chuck said this stuff, like, like the fact that this was at hand for Chuck to say, like he did, is probably worse than what Jimmy did to bring this out of him. Like, this is absurd. Like, you don't often think about it because he's having like a meltdown, but like he's just publicly airing. I remember the first time I watched this scene. It was so chilling. It was so intense. I definitely remember the first time I watched it, and I think it probably goes to commercial break right after. Not that I was watching with commercials, but it like, whatever the transition after this. Yeah, it's the end. It's the end of the episode, right? Yeah, it definitely happens at the end of it. Actually, making my videos like I have and going through the episode so many times, you really learn like the show has like a structure to it. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, like they really do keep to that. My name is Skylar White. I actually just saw that clip on Twitter because someone posted it. It's crazy how much people talk about Breaking Bad. Like, it's really awesome. Um, and that, yeah, I watched that clip. I do not know the context of it. I get the general idea, but I am very excited to watch. I'm very excited to understand the context of that. Yeah, she's got swag. Jimmy was just trying to honor whatever Chuck wanted to do, even if deep inside he knew Chuck needed a psych approach. He didn't want to make that decision for him. Jimmy did too much for Chuck. Yeah, but what I was also thinking is like they're presented with this sort of like idea that they don't even have a good path forward. Like it doesn't even seem like outpatient treatment is even like discussed until Chuck's freak out. But like if it is, we don't see it. It's like, is he gonna be involuntarily hospitalized or do literally nothing? It's like what is going on here? As a healthcare professional, I'm like, what is going on here? Someone give him another option. But it's a show. I'm not actually complaining. I don't actually think that's like a plot hole or something. I think that's the idea. Is like some people do have like bad experiences with healthcare where they're like made to feel like there's no path forward, and like, yeah, he was sort of like Jimmy probably could have like had a more level-headed approach to what was going on with Chuck, but it's also like a relatively new thing. EHS, like I read a number of articles about it. Like it is very controversial. It's not clear what's going on.
He'll never change. Ever since he was 9, always the same. Couldn't keep his hands out of the cash drawer. But not our Jimmy. Couldn't be precious Jimmy.
MIA has a song called Jimmy. I want to hear that. I feel like I might know that one.
Stealing them blind. And he gets to be a lawyer.
What do you think of the final shot of the show? There's a lot of imagery of Jimmy poking his head around the corner of walls or over the top of them. That's really funny. Yeah, I didn't know about that imagery. Do you mean that that's been a thing on the show, or that people have memed that about the ending? Because if that's been a thing on the show, that would make sense. Nothing immediately comes to mind. I mean, when he comes out of the dumpster. But the final shot of the show I thought was really, really good. Really good. Like with him disappearing from view like that, I thought that was so perfect. I think, yeah, I mean, they really nailed it. Like the show makes you proud, honestly. It's like you're a fan, and then it like keeps getting better, and you're like, I'm like proud to be a fan of this show. Like, I think that makes the bingo meltdown more meaningful. What do you mean? Chuck presumably can't even expect these statements to have any weight if the charges were expunged. Jimmy can't be charged with perjury for denying they ever happened. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Chuck needed inpatient treatment. Oh, Gift Sparks. I recognize your image. We're going to go over a cool comment you left. Because his lifestyle was actually hurting himself, as we see with the fire. Yeah, and it's crazy that the doctor predicted that. I pointed that out in my video. The doctor literally predicts that. It's crazy. But yeah, inpatient treatment he needed, but outpatient would have been a pretty good replacement for it. It's weird that it had to, like, Chuck was so stubborn with the doctor too. I mean, that's one thing you get out of that scene is like, he's so stubborn. Like, the doctor's not calling him crazy. I mean, I'm sorry, but like, they're not. They make some mistakes that I point out, but they're not calling him crazy. Yeah, y'all feel free. If someone asks a question in the chat and I don't get to it, someone else can definitely reply to it. People do that. I just want to sort of stimulate that a little bit. Feel free to reply to each other's questions and, you know, in nice and kind ways, obviously. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I just realized everybody's asking good questions. I won't be able to talk about all of them. Do you think that Jimmy had some sort of comfort that Chuck had his mental illness because he was still able to connect and care for his brother without having the hard conversations they put off? Yes, and I think there's a sense in which Jimmy definitely enjoyed having like a sense of responsibility with Chuck, because as the younger brother, like a lot younger, like 15 years younger or something, right? He's a lot younger. He's always felt like inferior, and to have some sense of responsibility, that doesn't make him a bad person. That doesn't mean he wants Chuck to suffer. that means that there's something positive he's getting out of a bad situation. I don't know that incentivized him to, like, it seems like his behavior tends to show him trying to get, I don't know. I was gonna say trying to help Chuck, but like the first episode of the series, which really surprised me when I rewatched the show at the beginning of this year when I decided to make videos about it and stuff. I was like, I totally forgot this was a part of it. Like in the first episode, you see Jimmy, like the whole thing with HHM like issuing a check for Chuck, and then Jimmy like ripping it up, right? Is that what happened? I'm sorry if I'm getting the details wrong. And then he rips it up. Does he tell Chuck about it? And like that's so crazy because like that was, were they weren't trying to buy Chuck out, right? They were trying to give Chuck like some sort of stipend or something, like almost like a paycheck, like he's on paid medical leave. Was that what, I could be wrong about this. I'm kind of speculating, but the check was small. But were they already trying to buy him out? Maybe they were already trying to buy him out. But either way, Jimmy's sort of like his brother's lawyer, his representative in these situations as his caretaker. I mean, at the hospital, he's literally given he's given power of attorney over his brother, I believe it's called. He's given legal responsibility over his brother at the hospital. And so with HHM, he's getting those checks. Yeah, I forget why the check was small. But Jimmy's like, it's not enough. But it also seemed like he's trying to get Chuck bought out at HHM at the beginning of the show. But again, I could be wrong about that. Well, the doctor predicts it because writing, real life is way less effective than that. Real life is way stranger than anything that can ever be written in fiction. I will stand by that forever. If only we could create anything like real life. Wouldn't regulated therapy with him and Jimmy treat the cure more feasibly? Yeah, any sort of therapy would have been super helpful for him. And it was helpful when he did it. You saw his progress in treatment. He was doing, exposure therapy. He was doing like legitimate, like apparently like real exposure therapy. And that shit works. That shit fucking works. So some of you have probably done exposure therapy before. It's like sort of the basis of a lot of CBT and other therapy. Whenever Jimmy is about to make a mistake or do something he knows he shouldn't, there's a shot of half his face peeking around the corner of somewhere. For example, before he gives a lightning bolt rant. Ooh, I have an interesting meme of that, but it's like an epileptic threat, and I sort of don't want to play it. Okay, I'm just reading the comments. It's the first of multiple payments is that to buy him out? They were giving him a stipend. He tried to cash Chuck out behind his back, right? Howard went to Chuck behind Jimmy's back to give him the stipend at a lower rate. Yes. Yeah, so that was crazy. I just love giving some of the background because you all have watched my videos about it. So it was January. I got COVID this year. I was sick. I was at home. I took like a week off work. I was just recovering. I was pretty sick. I mean, that shit's not fun. So like, I was like, oh, I should rewatch Better Call Saul, and then I'm rewatching it. I'm like, I should fucking make a video about this, and look what's happened 9 months later. But I did think, like, watching that first episode, I'm like, wow, I did not remember about this like mechanics of like Jimmy behind the scenes with HHM trying to buy out Chuck. You know what I mean? Like that's one of the details you like forget. So I was like, oh, nice foreshadowing in the first episode when Jimmy reminds Howard of Chuck estimated worth from HHM. Howard should have reconsidered preparing for that possibility. Yeah, maybe. I guess we're supposed to see it. We're supposed to see it as like a crazy, like, not crazy, a very like unrealistically like unusual decision to leave. So they were paying, if they were paying him a stipend, that was to buy him out? No, it wasn't to buy him out. Yeah, okay. It was just a stipend. Because as long as Chuck wasn't negatively affecting the organization, like they were happy to be affiliated with him. But Yeah, they didn't expect Chuck to act like Jimmy and sort of like leave in a huff to manipulate them or try to manipulate them.
What a sick joke! I should have stopped them when I had the chance.
Okay, so that's pretty good. Oh, this is the last meme.
Want to know what I believe? I believe that you're in your depth in this matter. So, the next time that you want to come in here and tell me what I'm doing wrong, you are welcome to tell me what I'm doing wrong because I care.
He's so nice. I miss him. He's so nice.
Depth in this matter.
The stipend is because he was co-founder. He gets paid because of that regardless, although the pay is different because he's not actually practicing. Yeah, he gets some fantastic paid medical leave. Yeah, if only we all got that. Okay, and then this, I don't think we're going to watch this. This is the actual Squawk Cobbler video. It opens with a super high-pitched fucking... I don't think I can show this on YouTube. It opens with a high-pitched screeching. Do you all hear that? What is that, a fucking dog whistle? Are you kidding me? Like, stop. Chuck was an equity partner. Buying him out is huge. The stipend payout to Jimmy indicated that they were not to entertain a buyout. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. They would never want to buy him out. It's a crazy idea, you know? We're not going to watch this. I don't think I can show this on YouTube. He's too sexy. I'm going to make a video on price eventually, and I guess I'll talk about this, but there's no way I can show that on YouTube. He's way too fucking hot. Okay. I don't hear it. You must be younger than me. Yeah, fair enough. It's definitely there. Here, I'll do it one more time so everyone can test their hearing. Ready? And now it's gone. Interesting. So, we got some comments. First is, I like all the people saying, "Babe, wake up, there's a new What's Therapy video." That's great. So, thanks for that. It's very, I like that, everybody's making sure that their babes are awake when the video drops. Why are babes always so sleepy, I think, is a fair question. But I am glad that they're being woken. So thank you for telling them, about the video. So yeah, just wanted to highlight those comments. Okay, next, what do we have? Oh, I think you should leave Deep Dive. That would be so much fun. They have a new season coming out, so I don't know when, but I'm looking forward to that. I will say Renegade Cut. If you check out that channel, Renegade Cut, they have a really good video about I Think You Should Leave. Honestly, it's a great video essay. If you like my videos, you'll probably like that. Okay, so yeah, I love I Think You Should Leave. I fucking love it. My significant other doesn't know about your channel yet. It's the secret B-sides waiting for when they finish the show. Oh, hell yeah. That is so cool. I love getting comments like where people are talking about their real life and stuff like that. Like, someone just commenting like, oh, I listen to your videos like when I'm, going for a walk or something. It's just so cool to think about. It's honestly hard to even like grasp sometimes. It's so cool to like create stuff and have the ability to share it with others. Okay. Oh, here you are, Gift Spark. So you're in the chat. Here's your comment. What would happen if Kim had not shown up at the courtroom? That is a great question. I immediately was like, we have to talk about that on stream. I love that question because it did not really occur to me, and like, I think it's almost like not supposed to occur to you when you're watching the show. It seems to me like the show Better Call Saul like doesn't consider that, like, that's so far from like what could happen in the show's sort of like narrative, I feel like. So it's almost like funny to think about, wow, that didn't even occur to me. So if Kim had not shown up at the courtroom, it's funny that the show doesn't make that even seem possible. Like, we don't see Kim struggling with the decision of whether or not to go to the court. She gets a call that apparently Jimmy is turning her in. What do we assume that he was turning her in for, by the way? You all probably have some opinion or ideas about this. Oh, no comments about feet. Give me a break. I don't even want it. So, if Kim had not shown up, I guess my first response is we would not see the scene because it wouldn't exist in the Better Call Saul universe. So we wouldn't see it. But no, I think that he would absolutely not have done what he did. It's extremely clear. We see him very much motivated by looking at Kim.
I wanted her to hear this.
I mean, there are so many times he looks at Kim. It's like, look at this part.
Your Honor, we move to strike Mr. Goodman's comments.
On what grounds?
Speculation.
Speculation? He's
Poker
testifying
face.
to his own actions.
Your Honor.
That's so great. The shift from this to that. Look at that. Oh, YouTube 5-second skip is perfect for this. Look at that shit. Before and after seeing her reaction. Before and after. Before and after. Before and after. Dude, his acting is so good. Oh my God, yo. I love this. I don't know if they do it in one shot or what, but this is so cool. Yeah, if Kim was not there, he would be like this the whole time. Not like this at all. He could have just made some stuff up that it was all her idea. Could have said it was all her idea, turning her in for Howard's death. That was my guess also, that it had something to do with Howard's death. But yeah, again, we don't know, so it doesn't matter. It's not supposed to matter. But it's a great question because it makes me think about like how, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, Jimmy manipulated Kim to coming to the court. You could say he did it for her benefit as well. I mean, I'm sure at the end of the day, she's glad she was there. But he manipulated it, and it's just an interesting case of the show, like getting us really on board with a manipulation, I guess. I don't know, maybe this isn't totally right, but it seems like the show kind of pulls us in and says, yeah, I'm really glad he manipulated her in that way. And I don't know if that's just because it's entertaining or it just feels right, obviously. Is there a chance she would have wanted to go anyways? No, probably not. I think she was trying to be separate from him, and he involved her more. If the show carried on in such a way that he ended up getting out of prison eventually, meeting up with Kim, and they have some huge other problem, and then it replays itself, and she's mad she got together with him, then we would look back on the manipulation of bringing her to court and say, well, that was a little bad. But because we don't know that would ever happen, we can say, well, that's good that he did that. It was a good resolution for everybody. Okay. She was already on the record, and he knew she would have come clean for real and put all the facts up there. He just had to add false facts. So yeah, there was like this argument in my comments for this newest video about like someone said like he helped get Kim off the hook, and then people were like arguing like how could he affect anything about Kim because he, she could still be sued and stuff from Cheryl. She gave her full affidavit, but I didn't chime in, but I do think that there is someone explained this to me too, I forget who it was, but like there is a reason to think that maybe Jimmy getting this 86-year sentence disincentivizes Cheryl from holding Kim accountable in the court. I don't know. Personally, in my headcanon, Cheryl's not taking Kim to court. Maybe she would want to do that, and I'm wrong. I don't fucking know, Cheryl. Do I think I'll do... Sorry, I'm getting like talked out. Do I think I'll do deep dives on Breaking Bad characters? I don't know. My thought is that my first video will be after... I'm just going to watch all the seasons of Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad. Yes, it was a twisted, cute threat, Kat. It really was. It was really cute. There was like, God damn. I was like, shit, that's like fucking romantic though. But it's also manipulative and fucked. I don't know. Okay. This person said, I seriously believe Jimmy was trying to hurt Kim in a vengeful manner until he changes his plan while flying to Albuquerque. Only after he realized that Kim had confessed to everything, his bitterness goes away and he tries to win her respect. That was I think that's a pretty good point. I mean, he is actually, like, you sort of forget about this, but like, he is trying. No. Actually, I think this might just be wrong. This might just be wrong, right? He is planning from the beginning when he starts hurting her. He's planning to bring her there. I think we're supposed to believe that he's already planning to bring her there. But he does change his plan when they're on the plane. But that's when he finds out that she turned herself in, right? He finds out she turned herself in, so he changes his plan. But what does he change it to? How does he change it? You're saying he changes and decides to confess fully? Because she did? No, I'm sorry. He finds out she confessed. I'm sorry. He finds out she confessed, obviously, in that room, in the not the interrogation, the sort of like bargaining room that he was in. That's where he finds out. And that's when he decides to, is that when he decides to like push the envelope and get as much get like the best deal he can? I'm sorry that I'm like forgetting some of these details, but some of the timeline is confusing. Like, does he find out that Kim confessed? It's at the end of that scene, but is it at the end of the bargaining? Like, is it at the very end of the bargaining? Or is it like, yeah, it is actually, isn't it? So he bargains fully. He lied about Kim after he heard she confessed to Howard's widow. Yeah. After he heard she confessed, he decides to lie to bring her there to hear him confess. I think that's what we're supposed to understand. He finds out on the plane that she's in legal trouble. That's the other way to phrase it too, because some people sort of highlight that too. He's potentially doing what he's doing mainly to get her off the hook. I don't know that I see it that way specifically, but I think there's that it makes sense to see it that way and say like, oh, his main motivation is to get her out of legal trouble by taking the heat. And it's quite a move. It's quite a move. Okay, let's look at one more, and then I'm going to take a bathroom break, and then we're going to look at like 20 more. I disagree that we can't be sure if he's being genuine in his court confession. His body language is subtly yet noticeably different from that of his disbarment hearing. I normally would write this off to acting discrepancies, but I don't think that's the case with a show of this quality. No, I think the acting is definitely intentional, and I think you're right that there are differences. There are, but it's still hard to know. I don't know. I'm not trying to be cynical. I'm not trying to say that I like dislike Jimmy or think he's like always lying or something. I really just think it's meant to be, in my mind, it has to be uncertain. Like, in my mind, this show has fooled me numerous times already. I don't think I'm supposed to be certain here. But I don't, if you want to be certain, you want to be certain. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I don't see any reason to say for sure that he could. I think watching his performance, I think it's up in the air.
I can't even.
Inhales shakily.
After that, Kim had the guts to start over. She left town. But I'm the one who ran away.
Like, come on, y'all. Have we been watching the same show? You don't think he could do that? You don't think he could do that intentionally? I'm not saying he did. We need to exist in the gray area, okay? I'm not saying he's lying at all. I don't think that. I think believing that is dumber than believing he's definitely not lying. I think just, I just think we don't know.
I tried. I could have tried harder.
I'm not, and I don't care if Kim is convinced, okay? I've seen her get fooled right along with me.
I should have. Instead, when, Your Honor, Bill, please.
I love Bill Oakley. Oh, wait, do we have a funny Bill Oakley clip? Am I going to watch Breaking Bad? Yes, I'm going to watch Breaking Bad very soon. You want to see a funny? This is what Peter Disseth, which is the actor who plays Bill Oakley. This is what he posted on Twitter today. Oh my god, yo, what the fuck, dude? Yes. Yes. Oh my god. Dude, if I had a cat like that, I'd be posting all day about my cat. I'd be cat posting all day. He doesn't feel bad about helping Walter, but he does feel bad about Howard and Chuck. No, he does feel bad about helping Walter. We're definitely supposed to interpret that he feels bad about helping Walter, too. I mean, he doesn't, cry about it, but he takes accountability. I think we're meant to think he definitely thinks that was a bad thing he did. But you're right, he doesn't specifically, he doesn't say, oh, I feel really bad. But, I mean, when he talks about the people who died because of what he did with Walter, I think we're supposed to take that as him feeling bad. I think he's being genuine, but he could have totally said that to save Kim, and that's it. Yeah. Well, he didn't need to do anything to save Kim. I mean, I don't fully buy the, getting a big sentence to help Kim thing. In my mind, he's just trying to impress Kim with taking accountability and not caring about the consequences. I think there's reason to debate that. But I don't see it. I don't really see the logic, because that would be gambling on a lot. Cheryl could still hold Kim accountable. Nothing he's saying would help her in that case, as far as I understand. I mean, I don't fucking know. Okay, I'm going to take a break and use the bathroom and fill up my water and my beer. Everybody take a 4-minute break and, drink some water, call your family, or text your mistress. I don't know. And we'll be back and talking more. There's a bunch more comments to go over, and then we're going to do a fucking tier list that's therapy related, all about Better Call Saul. It's just such a good... Whoever made this tier list put every fucking character. I don't know half their names, honestly. Okay, be right back. Bye. What is up? Bit of a long break. I was somewhat disorganized. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody had a good break. Thanks for responding to my break prompt. That's going to be a new thing. I just realized that would be fun, you know? Ask a little question, get everybody talking. It stimulated some amazing conversation, I can see. We had some very good favorite animals. Alpaca, Siberian tiger, capybara. Is that how you say that? Capybara? Polar bear, classic. I think Jimmy, by his nature, is able to walk the line while at heart being genuine. His skill of selling, schmoozing, etc. is so ingrained that bits of exaggeration might come out even when. I love that animal. That is one of my favorite animals too. Red panda, that's a good one too. Golden eagle. And okay. Can we talk about Kim's first breakdown when Jimmy reads Chuck's letter is like a parallel to her breakdown on the bus? Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, her breakdown on the bus is so intense. Like, I didn't even know what to say, if I was going to mention it in my video or what, you know. I was like, it was so moving. I mean, unbelievable. Like, I don't even know how someone can do that. When I watch good acting, I'm just like, it's like watching like top level rock climbing. I'm like, how does a human do that? Oh yeah, so my favorite animal, thanks for asking. My favorite animal is it's a close race between a few. You know, I like the electric eels, but at the end of the day, you got to give credit where credit's due. I mean, orangutans. It's orangutans. If I could chill with one animal, it would be an orangutan. And I think I would get along well with them. Because I'm pretty smart. I'm almost as smart as an orangutan. You know, not all people can say that, but I think I am. Depending on the orangutan. Should Jimmy had followed Kim into the bedroom when she left the kitchen to cry in the room? Do you mean with the breakup? Followed Kim into the bedroom. No. You're not talking about the breakup. The bedroom when she left the kitchen. Oh, I got you. Sorry, you're talking about the same scene we were just talking about. Yeah, with Chuck's letter. I mean, following her didn't do anything. I mean, he probably like. I feel like that scene ended with him like maybe what did he like peek in on her and like look at her crying or something, or I mean, either way, I don't think he interacted with her. I think he just realized that she was sort of pushing him away. Both are funny looking animals. That's a good point. Okay, more comments. Oh, so okay, this was the most common and a very good response about the stuff I talked about in my video, where I said like, you know, all this stuff about Jimmy taking accountability and like, you know, confessing to things, and all these people helpfully and popularly pointed out that Jimmy in the whole situation at the end of season 3 with Irene, he takes accountability. He confesses. He has that whole thing where God, what's the Davison Maine employee that he works with? Not Paige. She's the one with Kevin. What's her name? Someone told me in a previous stream. Anyways, he works with her, and she, you know, while he's leading the yoga class with the seniors, he reveals the truth, you know, that he had pushed Irene to, you know, try to get the settlement just for his own financial benefit. And he thus restores her to the good graces of her friends that had, you know, alienated her after Jimmy had convinced everyone that, you know, Irene was putting off settling. So he sort of like makes right, he does right, after doing wrong horribly and isolating an elderly person from their friends in order to financially benefit himself soon. He makes right after doing that by revealing to them in a very dramatic fashion basically the most evil portrayal of himself. He basically acts out this like Victor with a K mentality over the intercom, and they hear it. So all these people are pointing out, like, what about, you know, when he did that? He restored her reputation. He destroyed his own reputation. He got her back with her friends. So I actually, yeah, I really appreciate these comments. I definitely, Aaron, Viola. Is that a serious suggestion? Yeah, she said she needed a minute alone. Yeah, I guess he shouldn't have followed her. I just got the sense he didn't really like fully. I don't think he like engaged with her. I imagine he just like temporarily was like, "What, Kim?" and then like backed up. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what. So the thing I wanted to say about this, first of all, there's a lot of things to say actually. First of all, it's a great point that I did not say that. I assume there are many other things I did not mention about like times he takes accountability. I definitely didn't try to do like a comprehensive list of times Jimmy takes accountability or confesses, but these are pointing out a really good one that I almost definitely would have mentioned if I thought of it. It just hadn't crossed my mind. There are probably a lot of other really good examples. Luckily, I don't expect to ever do an exhaustive list of them because even I probably have better things to do. Viola worked with Kim. Oh, Viola was the woman at the law firm who worked with Kim. Is that at Schweikart and Copley or is that at HHM? Aaron was Davis and Mann. Gotcha. Yes, you'll watch the VOD later. So the VOD will be on the side channel. Oh, do commands work? I don't even actually think there's a command for the side channel. Okay, 1 second. Let's get the side channel link up in here. Come on. We got some great comments to look at after this too. Okay, check out the side channel. Let's get that over here. And the Twitch. So yeah, the side channel will have the VODs. Okay, so anyways, what I wanted to say about this, yeah, I did not cover everything. You know, there's definitely probably a good number of situations I didn't cover. And, you know, that makes it an incomplete thing. And every video has been incomplete in a lot of ways and gone above and beyond what I expected in other ways. That's sort of the fun of creating something. It's just like an interesting process. As I'm sure many of you have experienced. I'm sure many of you are very creative yourself. But yeah, I end up like, I start making a video and it's just by the time I'm done with the script, it's like so different from when I started, like what I even thought it was going to be about. But I try to find something substantial to say, well, just having fun too. Okay. Bro, you make great videos, but like I have to disagree with the stuff you said about Kim in the finale. What do you mean she's upset that Jimmy got locked up for life? She wanted for him to turn himself in. I thought she was actually happy he brought himself to justice. This is a great point. And when I say that the only thing that Kim is upset about is how long he's locked up, I think I probably am rushing that section a lot. And I think I didn't word it maybe the best, but I mean, I think it's fair to say, like, while she's happy that he turned himself in, she didn't want him to get 86 years. I think she would have preferred he kept his mouth shut in court. Don't you? I mean, is that crazy to say? Like this whole thing of him impressing Kim, I think she would have much preferred he kept his mouth shut in court. I think that's very evident in that last scene they have together. Is that not like the only dialogue we hear in that scene? Is her saying you had them down to 7 years? And he's like, yeah, I did. And then she's like, 86 years. And he's like, fuck. And he takes the cigarette from her. You've watched my Andrew Tate video a religious amount of times. Fucking demolished that ignorant person. Okay, so anyways, this is a great point. I don't mean that... I don't think she wanted Jimmy to get locked up for life, right? She's happy that he could have... Yeah. He should have... I mean, in my mind, he should have... 7 years is fine. That's not good. He would have caused so much harm when he got out, y'all. I hate to say it, but I mean, people are capable of change, but it doesn't feel like he had the incentive to change. I never, like, apologizing is not demonstrating the actual capacity to, like, engage with changing your behavior. So it's it's undetermined to what extent he would change in the future from a 7-year sentence, from a 30-year sentence, from a 60-year sentence, you know. You hate the 86-year sentence, it killed the ending for you. I actually kind of get that. I do kind of get that. Yeah, 86 is a lot. But I mean, I think even the creators of the show have said, like, they think there's a chance he would get out and stuff. I think you're supposed to think there's a chance he would get out. Yeah, there's no way she could have ever known Jimmy was back without what he did in court, I guess. I mean, he could have just communicated to her privately. I don't know. Yeah, when she said that's a good point. When she said he should turn himself in, you're right. That's a good point. She didn't seem to care too much what the sentence was then. So maybe it's, maybe I'm jumping to conclusions a little bit. Okay, let's keep going. These just get spicier and spicier. What is demonstrating the actual will to change your behavior? I guess if we saw over time Jimmy, like, have chances to scam people and, like, not do it. I mean, we must see that sometimes, right? But, like, I don't know. I mean, it's not even like the selling cell phones on the street and shit. Like, I don't have a problem with that. And, like, I mean, even the stuff he did to protect Huel, like, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. Like, that was kind of cool. Like, I mean, it was fraud, but, like, it was ultimately really for a greater good. And, like, that's a really problematic justification, but sometimes I think it's fair. I don't think, Huel deserved whatever they were trying to throw at him. But it's funny because he eventually got let off, we hear from Francesca, and that was with no help of Jimmy's, right? Maybe he needed that to eventually have that. But I think we would need to see Jimmy really, like, I don't know, like, care about others. Like, in a, like, continuous, sort of consistent way. I don't think a private conversation could resolve things. Yeah. No, you could be right. It's entirely possible that he needed to publicly take accountability to earn her respect. I don't know. She goes to visit him once a month. I do have an interview with Rhea pulled up. Or Ray, I'm sorry. It's Ray, right? I never heard anyone say her name. It's an interview with her where she says a lot of interesting stuff. I'm going to talk about this in a minute with finger guns. He also negotiated for the twins' legs and paid for their hospital bill. That's another one that people mentioned that I should have brought up or something. That's another thing that has been mentioned where I was like, oh, maybe I should have mentioned that, yeah. That's interesting because it's like just the second episode, right, when he does that. But you do have to see, like, that is also the bare minimum. I mean, that's the bare minimum to mitigate the damage of his own actions. Obviously those twins have some responsibility too, but he was critical to the situation. Finger guns is a stretch. Yeah, we're going to talk about the finger guns. Everybody hold your finger guns. I think him helping Huel demonstrates how the judicial system can be unfair. I totally agree. One of the most interesting points of the series is that legal doesn't equal good. 100%. 100%. It's like a main theme of the show, I would say. Okay, this is a good one. Oh, we're at the finger guns! Sorry, but you're wrong about the finger guns at the end. Peter Gould, who of course wrote and directed the episode, said in interviews afterward that they had discussed whether Kim should give the finger guns back to Jimmy, and they had decided against it so viewers wouldn't interpret the gesture as meaning that Kim was going back to scamming. Now, I think I get why people would, take that seriously. That's the creator saying that. But that doesn't mean that they still could have used a take where she's aiming one finger gun down. I'm gonna have to slice this from the. Okay, I mean, come on. You're telling me that's not a finger gun? Come on. Let me pause it. Come on, y'all. You don't stand like that. That's not like, you're like, oh. I don't know if you can see that. I wasn't looking at the stream. Ray, thank you. Come on. You're telling me that's not a finger gun? Please. And I said in my video she's smiling. I shouldn't have phrased it that way. It's not that she's smiling. I felt so dumb, but it was like already recorded. I'm like, it's that she's like, she's it's sort of a neutral expression, but it's definitely like it seems like a bonding sort of look of like, she doesn't have to be looking at him like that and pointing a finger gun down. Come on, that's a fucking finger gun. Give me a break. You don't just put your hand like that. Give me a break. But here's the thing. I think Ray might have done it without telling Peter Gould. Is that impossible? Maybe she did it without telling Peter Gould. He's not aware. He hasn't checked the tapes. Check the tapes, Peter. Someone send this stream to Peter. No, I'm just kidding. Don't bother him. It might be a leftover from the original take. Yeah, it could be anything. It could be the editor fucking pulled a fast one. She just made the gesture. Yeah, I think that I can't zoom in. For some reason, I can't zoom in. Just like, okay, let me see what I can do. Okay, I'll see what I can do. One sec. 1 second. Let's see. Yeah, because I tried to search this, kid named Finger Gun. I tried to search this, and, no one had articles about it. They just had, articles about the season 5 finale episode where she did the finger guns. It's like, I know about that. I don't need. So I'm going to try to pull up this screenshot. Okay, 1 second. I'm making it a good screenshot. Okay, hold on a minute. Everybody's, talk to each other in the chat while I'm doing this, if you would. Just making an image. Okay. Someone retracted a message. That's interesting. Okay, you want to retract a little message? I'll retract your message. Okay, let's see. 1 moment. Now I gotta pull up an image, add a new source. I'm gonna pull in that image, and we are about to be golden. Let's go. Okay. So, do we see that? Do you see that? Is that not a finger gun? You think you just hold your hand like that? That's not like an intentional finger arrangement? I'm sorry, but I'll die on the finger guns hill. That's a set of finger guns if I've ever seen one. Yeah, it's supposed to be ambiguous. Yeah, I could have just left it at that, but I had to tell all the haters. That's a set of finger guns. Come on. Finger guns have to be the most debated thing about the finale. Finale. See, I said this in my first video. I always get them mixed up. I know it's finale, but sometimes you just want to say finale. It's like an X, why have another syllable? Okay. So, yeah, so I disagree. Yeah, I guess in short, I disagree with this comment. But I appreciate the comment. I appreciate the perspective. Did someone say release the raw footage, AMC? Yeah. I am very glad Kim did not go, actually give the finger guns. I don't think we needed that. I think this was absolutely perfect. I don't care if it was intentional. I don't care if it was Ray doing it on her own. I don't care if it was fucking someone else, editing it together with a B take. It's just perfect. It's just perfect. Okay. I know this wasn't intended and it was just a recast, but this is how I rationalize the actor swap for Jeff. The original actor is a much bigger and more intimidating guy, and this was when... Wait. No, I wanted to... This one's more important first. In the Better Call Saul Inside podcast, they mentioned the actor changing because the original Jeff had to do a different role. The change in appearance is not intentional. Yeah, see, I got these two comments that are acting as if there's there was a recast for Jeff, which makes no sense. Obviously, Jeff was played by the same actor. There was never a recast. So I don't... Yeah, that's an interesting thing. Yeah, no, it's clearly the same actor, but okay, I'll keep reading the question. The original actor is a much bigger and more intimidating guy, and this is when he has all the power. Later on, once Gene has all the power, Jeff is played by a much thinner and less threatening actor. Yes, I think this person left this comment in one of the streams, and it's actually really insightful. I really like that. Joking aside about the Jeff recast thing that they clearly made up, that I'll take to the grave. No, it's just so, to be real, it's just so funny to me that Better Call Saul had to do that. That's just so perfect. That's just so perfect. That they had to do a recast. That's so chaotic and perfect for the end of the season. Is that why they waited until episode 10 to bring in Gene? I was wondering that the other day, to see if maybe the original guy would become available. Jeff just had a really intense second puberty. Yeah, that could be. I mean, it doesn't really... Yeah. He changed in, every way. But, yeah. No, I do really like that idea. Yes, I will do a Breaking Bad analysis soon. Oh, yeah, I just wanted to say I like this person's username. That's super cool. And I like that album by John Frusciante. Okay, awesome videos always, but serious, the dude yelling yup during sex, can we please discuss this? It's the weirdest thing to say. Is it compulsive? I think they mean compulsive. I know it's TV, blah, blah, might as well focus on the Chandler toilet, but seriously, what the fuck? Is that a thing some people do? I don't know, every time I hear that song clip. Okay, this is a fantastic comment. And I don't want to talk about this too much because I would hate to, overanalyze something. I would never want to, talk too much about some tiny detail. I would never do that. But I do think it's kind of interesting. That's a very, intentional shot at the end of this, sequence of seeing Kim's life with this guy. Or it's not at the end, it's towards the end. It transitions from them having sex to him watching TV, and she's in the background. And we're supposed to see her life, obviously, in a very negative and empty light. And I think, I don't know, I don't know about whether it's compulsive. It's the noise this guy makes when he's having sex. And so I don't know what it tells us about him as a guy necessarily, but I feel like the show is, it is very unnerving to hear someone say that when they're having sex. I've never heard that. I've never heard anyone do that or reference that. And I was trying to overanalyze it earlier. I was thinking about this as I looked at this comment. I was like, yeah, what, if I had to give it meaning, what would that mean? And I do have to say, yup is to me like this like enjoyment noise that like it makes me think of like someone just like I don't know, it feels I guess what I'm trying to say is it feels like I don't know what I'm trying to say. It feels like the noise someone makes when they're thinking about their own fulfillment rather than the other person's. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. It feels like it's supposed to make us reflect on the way she's not filled with a life of passion and enjoyment, you know, to have her sexual partner, which one of their commenters was it this comment? No. One of the comments called the guy her husband, and I was like, that's not Kim's fucking husband. That is not Kim's husband. Right? God, I get comments with misinformation sometimes. No, he's not a bad person. Yeah, no, he's just, yeah. I'm just saying, I think we're supposed to see it as like a sexual experience that's very much like not, I mean, we didn't hear Kim. You know, there's a reason we didn't hear Kim. He's the one verbalizing and expressing himself, and she's just like, whatever. I mean, I think that's the impression I got. Price not returning. Yeah. Yeah, I have some bones to pick about that. I think it's Price with a Y, to be honest, though. Even though he should be Price with an I because he makes so much money.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Yo, did someone just
Leave me alone.
super chat? What just happened? Oh, someone followed on Twitch. It's the same noise. That's such a weird. Why did I do that? I don't even know if you all can hear that. You probably can. In her fake scene in When Harry Met Sally. Well, it's not fake. He's not being fake. The price wasn't right. Yeah, I mean, the guy she's having sex with is just saying yup because it's like the noise he makes when he has sex. And he's just like, yup, that's agreeable. That's happening. And it's just such a like a self-satisfied noise that I think we're meant to be like, why don't we hear Kim? You know, like, wow, this really seems like one-sided, like not too enjoyable sex here. Okay, next comment. People keep calling McGill in the finale Jimmy. They call him by his last name in this comment. This is great. People keep calling McGill in the finale Jimmy, but he refers to himself as James McGill specifically. I think this is the only time outside of the JMM episode that he even mentions it. I think the billboard in 1-4 hero. This is a good comment. This person knows their shit. At least he was acknowledged here, but I think we see the birth of one final identity in the finale. That is all I have to hear. I love the comment, first of all. Please keep commenting. I like your attitude and your knowledge about the show. What was I going to say? Okay, what about the phone? Isn't he like, you've reached James McGill Esquire? Doesn't he call himself James probably when he's doing the phone like thing? Which I've been meaning to talk about in a video since fucking January. Yo, don't use vegetable as a, insult. I don't like that. I'm going to remove that comment because I don't like that. Can't insult vegetables. They're a protected class here. Jimmy is associated with slippin'. I think James is just, it's just his like formal, like, it's his like Christian name. It's like his birth name. So, I think he refers to himself in court as James. I don't know. I read into a lot of stuff, but I don't know what I think that means. Like, I think he's being the formalized version of himself. The difference between James and Jimmy is pretty small. Kim became a shell of a person. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're meant to see it that way. Honestly, this is kind of a weird opinion, but I really did think this. When I watch the black and white scenes, like, you can tell it's supposed to be sort of like Office Space, like really, like really drab, really dreary. And like, maybe it's just me trying to be a contrarian, but I'm like, at the end of the day, like, those are people living their life all around her. And like, am I really supposed to assume that their lives are like joyless and awful from this one snapshot? I mean, like, she's at the barbecue and they're all like anxious and like reassuring each other. It's like, that's not that bad. Like, that's real life to some people. I don't know. I guess like, I guess I like wanted to challenge that idea and like ask whether the show is even challenging that idea intentionally and sort of saying like, yeah, is it bad? Like, is she in hell like of boringness right now, or is that just normal life? So, yeah, I don't know. Okay. Oh, this one was critical. I don't go to the dentist because my high school bully had braces is a terrible comparison to the Jimmy tearing up the shrink referral after talking to Howard. A more accurate analogy to that scene is I don't go to the dentist because a guy I know is going and his teeth are not getting any better and it sounds super painful. And please note, I am not saying that the rewording I stated above isn't without some faulty logic. However, the original quote seems grossly over-exaggerated and unbiased way to make a point. So this person seems really nice, and I'm not trying to be like rude by responding to it. But I thought it was interesting because that was an analogy that I sort of came up with, and it could not land for some people, and it's helpful to know. It's unsatisfactory from Kim's perspective. I think that's true because she could really be doing so much more. I mean, you assume that like if she was a lawyer, she would be capable of more. She would have more power, maybe be able to do more good, but certainly more even without being a lawyer. Even just by doing that job she does when she takes the call from the person who tells her about what Jimmy told the court. She's like doing that like volunteer sort of like public defense type of work or like domestic violence support or something really important. And even something like that would be more fulfilling. And obviously, there's a reason this show didn't cut to her doing that. It cut to her, working at some fucking, what is it, some plumbing organization? I don't fucking know. Yeah, the black and white is an interesting choice, especially since it's the future of the show for the entirety of the show, and then it's just the present at the end. But so this was an interesting comment because, okay, so I mean, I do think, like they say, I do think there is some faulty logic because a guy I know is going and his teeth are not getting any better and it does. So do you all really think that Jimmy thinks that? Like when he's in the bathroom, is he really thinking like, oh wow, like Howard's not doing well because he was just grieving and then pulled himself together? I think Jimmy, you can clearly tell from his expression that he feels like sort of dominated by Howard a little bit. And then Howard like doesn't even really talk to him because he realizes that it's not worth doing at one point, like in that conversation. It's just a scene where he's like, he gets back at Howard by not doing therapy, which is something Howard does. I just take issue with the idea that he's standing there in the bathroom going, wow, it really looks like therapy doesn't work. Because Howard was, feeling feelings and then pulled himself together. Like, really? Is he really like that's such an odd, like someone could go to the dentist and have awful teeth because they smoke and like chug battery acid and like, but also Howard pulls himself together. Like it's clear in that scene that Howard is sort of towering over Jimmy. So I get that he's emotional, but he pulls himself together in a way that I think we're supposed to think Jimmy feels sort of dominated. So he gets back at him by like not engaging with the institution that he engages with. But maybe we should see it in light of how he acted towards Chuck. Maybe it does represent some sort of like stigmatization of mental health therapy and whatnot. I think just doing anything that Howard did, he wouldn't want to do. Jimmy was planning on getting therapy. I mean, yeah, I go over that scene where he says he's planning on going to therapy. Doesn't seem like Kim believes it. I don't think I had time to mention that in my video. But yeah, it really doesn't seem like Kim believes him that he's going to go to therapy. Maybe I did mention that. Okay, next comment. When Jimmy sees Howard being distraught, I saw it as playing into an antiquated way of thinking that grief and its consequences on open display is a sign of weakness or something which is false, but I still see people think like this. Hence, he looks at Howard's progress with therapy as weakening him, not working again. Yeah, this is immediately when I read this comment, I thought that's a better way to put it, and that's exactly how I should have put it. I mean, or not even how I should have put it, but that's like a better, concise way to put it. But even that is still too calculated, actually. I still don't think Jimmy was that calculated. I think it was more identity-based. You know, I identify therapy now with Howard. I don't think he saw a sign. It's a sign of weakness, but we're clearly meant to see him, like, pissed off about Howard not engaging with him. And Howard definitely, like, has the boundaries in that conversation. That is not... He chooses, like, how to engage with Jimmy and chooses when to leave. I just feel like that shouldn't be ignored. Now, what was going through Jimmy's mind, you know, we can always guess. We can always guess. Jimmy's results-oriented and he's seeing someone struggle. It doesn't internalize. It's part of the process. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. That's a great point as well. Kim would get McGill out of jail in 6 years and eventually one of them become president. Probably Kim, but McGill would start first. Oh, this is fun. We're having a good time. Okay, I need to get through these comments. We have more stuff to do. Is it a hot or cold take to say Breaking Bad is still better than Better Call Saul? I don't know this, but I thought this was a good question. I actually don't know. Is it a hot take? Like, is it like scandalous and controversial to say Breaking Bad is still better than Better Call Saul? Or is it just normal and regular? I actually don't know because I'm not in Breaking Bad communities. I don't really know. So, I mean, I think Better Call Saul is the best show ever, but, you know, that's just me. I haven't seen Breaking Bad, so I could never compare them. I personally didn't notice how he gets himself together. Yeah, that's totally fair. And I didn't... I don't think I noticed that the first time either. But rewatching it, it was like, oh, I mean, come on. He's like meant to seem put together. I'm not just trying to be nice. I mean, we see him being distraught, and like that's not good. But like he lost his like closest partner, and like he's not fumbling a case. You know what I mean? He's just crying in the bathroom. It's like kind of not the end of the world. I hate to say it, but like probably a lot of you or people you know have cried in the bathroom at work. Like it just doesn't. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. You know, they have different ways of processing grief, and that's fine. I'm not saying Jimmy like needed to go to therapy or would have saved everything, but I think you should think of your mental health like any other part of your health, and just be like, if I don't, you know, feel like I'm taking care of it on my own, maybe it would help a little bit once in a while. You know, not all your life, just a little bit once in a while, like seeing a dentist or some shit. It's a little bit different, maybe chunks of time. Only us hipsters say Better Call Saul is better. Story of my life. I think saying Better Call Saul is better is a hotter take. Okay. It's good. That's good to know. Is a chill take? A glass of water and ice cubes left. Okay, it's a chill take. Yeah. Okay, that's so we have some agreement. We don't know if Jimmy found out Chuck went to therapy before killing himself. I don't think he would jump to any crazy conclusions about that. I'm sure he knew. You're right. He might not have. Well, no, he went over to Chuck's and saw Chuck doing really well. So he probably assumed that Chuck was getting some help. Maybe he didn't. And maybe that's fucked up that he didn't know that. Why are you not watching Breaking Bad yet? It's really just a matter of time. I'm like, I've had other stuff going on. You know, I work. I have I've had other things this summer, and yeah, I'm really excited to watch it. I haven't watched it. I think I saw like a bit of the first episode like 10 years ago or some shit. But no, I'm gonna watch it. Don't worry, y'all. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna tell you what I think. If you're taking aspirin every day to get through your next shift or destroying your body, Jimmy did the same with his mind with maladaptive coping skills. I think that's fair. Yeah, telling himself that it's okay to scam someone, that the end is justified by the means. You know, none of that shit he did leaving the bars with men and scamming them with Marco. Like, that's really, really fucked up. And anyone who did that, like, needs to take accountability in a way, in a serious way. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's legal, or like you make amends to the people you robbed and you let them hold you accountable if they want to. That's what you do, just like what Kim did with Cheryl. When you do something wrong, you know, taking accountability does mean opening yourself up to suffering consequences, obviously. What do I think about Jesse Pinkman and Walter White? Yeah, they're awesome. Like, they're super interesting characters. I mean, they're really, obviously they're very different. They have very distinct personalities. Jesse's scene with Kim was super interesting and good. Walter's scene with Saul was really interesting in the finale. Their scene together was great. Yeah, I don't know what to say exactly. I just think I'm looking forward to seeing them. I mean, I understand they're pretty fascinating characters. I watched all your BCS videos after finding your channel. Your vibe is great, and I thank you for the hours of awesome content. Oh, thank you, Literate Max. I have a crush on Cheryl. She's not interested. She told me she's not interested. Okay. Hi, Mr. Therapy. I believe Jimmy actually says, I don't just well instead of I don't just oop. Please respond. You're wrong. You're wrong. There's no way. He definitely says oop. There's a P. There's definitely a P sound. He definitely makes a P sound. That's a fucking oop. And if you haven't seen the recent video, you might not know the exact clip that this person is referring to. But thank you for the comment. You made me laugh. But you were wrong. This is great. Nippy was the false ending to the series. It was where Gene's story could have ended if he chose to actually walk away. Better Call Saul usually has 10 episodes per season, and Nippy was that 10th episode where things would have normally ended. Gene had made sure that Jeff wouldn't rat him out. So that I just love that. This comment went on and made a lot of interesting points, but that's a really good observation that I didn't think about. Like, you could, I don't know, like, production wise, like, whether this is true. It's not like they thought it was the actual finale or anything, but like, that's a really interesting and cool way to see the show. Like, in a way that is like the finale. It's the false finale. Can I come watch it with you? I'll bring beer and pizza. I will definitely. I'll probably update people on like the YouTube members and the Patreon more frequently about my progress with Breaking Bad. So if you want to join the community, pay $1 or $2, sign up, join the YouTube members, become a Patreon. But I'll update. I'll say, you know, here's what I'm thinking. But I'm not going to make a video about each episode. I feel like I need to make a first video being like, I watched Breaking Bad after only seeing Better Call Saul or something. You know, something catchy like that. YouTuber reacts to, you know, something, you know, catchy and classy. Walter's "so you were always like this" line super hypocritical in a way to deflect from his own actions. Same with the broken water gray matter thing. Yeah, his fixing the broken water thing seems sort of compulsive. It seemed Better Call Saul seemed to be like reminding me of times Gus did stuff like that, or even Chuck. But yes, I mean, I think Walter, he seems to be like one of those characters where he's supposed to be like, you're supposed to see him as like he wants to be this, like, tells it like it is, like, tough, not tough love, but like tough, just like harsh guy. But then you also realize like, oh, he's just covering up like his own sort of flaws and faults. So like I think of, I don't know, maybe this is a really bad comparison. I don't even watch Rick and Morty, but I think of like Rick, the old guy in Rick and Morty. That's Rick, right? Is the old guy? Walter reminds me of him because it's like I don't know. Maybe that's really ignorant. I don't watch either show. Oh, why am I talking? Okay, next one. This one, oh, this is a YouTube member. Like they get that cool thing after a month. That's their logo. Also, the new show that Vince and the crew are making with Ray. More content to be excited. Yeah, can you believe that? Fucking Vince and Ray are making a show. Hell yeah. It's going to be on Apple TV or something, which I don't have. Walt is something of a jerk. Spoilers alert. Jesus Christ. God damn it. Wow. I don't even know if I should watch it now. Waiting to see what people think about my comparing two shows I haven't seen. Okay, next one. Oh, we're almost done. Someone said that it's not what the re in redemption means. When I said, is it redemption? Why is it redemption if he's never acted this way before? It's just demption. First of all, yes, I'm joking. I mean, I'm joking. But I'm not totally joking. I am using it as a jumping off point to see whether he had been that way before. And this person says redemption has nothing to do with repeating in any way, shape, or form. So when you look up redemption, it comes from redemptionem from Latin, which means a buying back. Now, back is what I mean by re. So it's from the pieces of the word are redimier, to redeem or buy back, from red, meaning back, see re, and then they add a D. They tell us here that they add a D. It's like a phonetic thing to make the word pronounceable. It's like different prefixes have different endings to them to make them fit onto words differently. So it's redeem, and then red meaning back, and then emer to take, buy, gain, procure. So that's exactly what I meant. I'm right, actually. So I appreciate the comment. I'm sorry you stopped watching 5 minutes in. That's nice for you to watch 5 minutes, actually, because I made that comment earlier. So I appreciate you continuing to watch on. And but you're wrong. I think I'm right about the word, and I looked it up before I put it in a video. But there's a chance I'm still wrong. There's definitely a chance I'm still wrong. But I did look it up, and I did try to be right. I just wanted to say Jimmy McGill is still commenting on my videos. I think he used to have a different profile picture, though, so I think he might be falling off a little bit. And I don't mean that in a harsh way. I hope you're doing okay, Jimmy. I mean, you look like you're having a good time, but, you know. Curious how therapy approach need to adjust are ineffective for neurodivergent people, healthy, typical behaviors. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, you definitely have different, therapy effectiveness for different ways people's brains and minds work. Okay, so we're done with the comments. Let's do this fucking tier list. So look at all these characters. Someone made the best tier list. They cropped all these perfect headshots. These could be YouTube thumbnail shots. Like, these are perfect. And the categories I made are needs therapy, could benefit from therapy, has definitely been to therapy, I don't care, whatever, not sure they'd understand therapy, and has ascended beyond therapy, which, by the way, is a joke. Okay? You don't actually ascend beyond therapy. Just don't take that seriously. Have you ever thought about doing a watch party with patrons, YouTube members, Discord? I mean, yeah, I don't really know how to do that. And I don't know. I like watching things alone, honestly. But I'd be down. I like talk about things like Discord. So we're going to have a call soon, talk about Better Call Saul. We do like regular, more, we do more chatting and stuff. And maybe I'll try to do calls in some regularity, like every 2 weeks or something, or definitely every month I'm down for. But yeah, okay. So yeah, we're definitely going to do a call soon and talk about all this fun shit. Okay. We stream that on Twitch usually and then upload it to the side channel. So check those out in the pinned tweet or pinned fucking comment. Okay, so first, I forget her name. Now, you all know everything, so I'm sure you know this character's name, right? She was great. She seems fine. I don't know if she's been to therapy, but she's probably I mean, she's in a grief counseling. She's in a grief counseling group. What am I talking about? That's literally how we know her. That's so funny. Okay. Let me see how it's showing up on stream. My bad. Hold on. Let me fix that. Okay. Okay, so everybody's very excited about the tier list. Okay, what's this person's name? Do you all know the people's name? Oh, fuck, Isaiah just became a YouTube member.
Leave a like and subscribe.
Oh, that's the Absolutely kid. Or the, sorry, not Absolutely. The fucking, Apparently kid. He actually has a YouTube channel. But thanks, Isaiah. Thanks for joining the, YouTube members. Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay. So what is, I don't know her name. No one said her name. Even with the lag, no one has said her name. I don't know. I should know this guy's name, but I don't. I think he could probably need therapy. Yeah. I think you're involved with murdering people. I think you need therapy. Yeah. I'll say he could benefit from it because I don't think as far as his lifestyle, I think therapy would make it very hard for him to continue murdering people. So I don't know if he needs it for his own goals, but he could definitely benefit from it, in my opinion. And yes, my YouTube member channel thing is called Nice. So when you become a member, it just says welcome to Nice. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it seems fine. Maybe Jesus did ascend beyond therapy? I don't know. I didn't know him personally. Okay. Oh my God. I mean, Betsy Kettleman needs therapy. I'm not trying to be, and obviously when I say someone needs therapy, I'm a therapist. I'm saying to fulfill their own needs, therapy is highly likely to help them meet that end. Whatever I think their needs are, therapy would help for that. You obviously know I don't mean that as an insult. I go to therapy, I am a therapist. That's not an insult. I just assume that's understood, but it's worth saying. Should I be a YouTube member or a Patreon sub? So Patreon sub, you sort of do get access to like a lot of the backlog of stuff that I've uploaded. So YouTube member, I just like having YouTube memberships available, and I put anything current or future extra that I make, like, I just did a how-to video for the background thing I put in the videos. But I should probably start uploading for the YouTube members to past stuff too, which is super easy. I just have to link it. So I'll probably do that. So it's just a bunch of extra content. I'm trying to make them the exact same, but it's kind of hard platform-wise. I think Betsy would be willing to go to therapy. I feel like she could. I feel like she could be down eventually. I'm not saying she would. Like she's jumping at the possibility, and I do not think she's been to therapy. It's possible though. You never know. It doesn't. I can't fucking. I can't know this stuff. Okay, Bill Oakley, who I didn't know his name until like the last episode. He's probably been to therapy. I think he's probably been to therapy. No? If okay, never mind. Let's say could benefit. I don't think he's probably been to therapy, actually. This says definitely been to therapy also. So if I want to change it to probably, I can change it to probably. He needed to be told by Nacho to leave a woman and child alone. He definitely needs therapy. You're right. You're right. I guess the only thing I was thinking is he's literally going to be unable to like do his life job probably, but you're right. He does need therapy. That's a very fair point. Betsy would argue with her therapist. Well, it's okay to argue with your therapist, It's okay to do it. Okay, this guy kicks ass. I don't know his name. He's definitely been to therapy, though. I don't know. Oh, nice. You're on your way to the Patreon? Fuck yeah. Yeah, it's only $1 to join, too. Okay. Chuck has been to therapy. feels weird to put him in that category. I guess has ascended beyond therapy just to be polite. Right? Isn't that like just a nice thing to do at this point? Therapy makes one more powerful. Are we talking about on that level? Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Betsy would become more powerful. This man, who I wish I knew his name, no one has said it though. What the fuck? Anyways, Clifford Maine has probably been to like some form of therapy. I bet he's been to like family therapy or like, I don't know, couples therapy or something. Or maybe he's been to plain old fashioned individual therapy. You think Chuck needs therapy? Okay. I mean, I just thought he's like passed away. Is that like a weird thing to bring into? Should I not count it for when he's passed away? I mean, yeah. He could, it's true, depending on the time. 100% he needed it. Okay, actually, I'll just go from where the image is. That's him needing therapy no matter when it is. Okay. Okay, Craig, I mean, I don't know, yeah. Wait, needs has to only be for, because everybody, sorry, this line is so blurry. I don't know if, okay, I think this has to be the way. He could benefit, but he doesn't need it as much as Betsy. She's clearly the more unethical one, but he is at the end. But that's not something. I don't know. This is hard to say. Yeah, Cliff's definitely. Oh, true. His son had addiction problems, right? All these details to keep in mind. It's like a game of chess. Okay. The guy is Arturo. Thanks, Chrono Crater. Yeah, Craig is comfortable. Okay, Price has ascended beyond therapy. No, Price not sure they'd understand therapy. Okay, I do honestly. Who is this guy? Is he the doctor that Mike sees? I don't care. I don't know him. I don't know him at all. He seems. Why? I don't know. I don't know. Craig would benefit more from therapy. He's more willing to make proactive changes. Yeah. Chuck needed a kiss on the forehead from his mom. In the forehead? Well, that's too much to ask. Okay, the doctor, I'm sure, has been to therapy. I don't know. Why did I just say he's been to therapy? I don't know this kid at all. She could probably benefit. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, so could all of them could benefit from it. Oh man, Francesca definitely needs therapy. Ernesto, I don't know. He seems fine. I don't benefit probably. Yeah, it seems like a tough job. Like you would probably talk about like workplace stress a lot. I got tough environment. I don't know. What is he up to after the first few seasons? Okay, this guy who I believe is from Breaking Bad, right? He's like a big guy in Breaking Bad. Is that part of the thing? I don't really know what his therapeutic needs are. I don't know hers either. Oh no, she's the elder lady from the commercial. Okay. Yeah, don't spam random things in the chat, obviously. Okay, Gus needs therapy. Hank has ascended. We chose not to do that. He could definitely benefit. Oh. What do we think? Hector? I mean, he would not. He more than almost anyone on this list, he would not go to therapy. And it's not because he only has the bell. He could communicate with the bell if he wanted to. But I don't see him wanting to. He keeps it all in the family, it seems like. So maybe I don't even know where to put him. Not sure they'd understand therapy. I think that's the fairest category for him. Yeah, he wouldn't understand. Okay, Zen said the same thing. Yeah. Hank needs major therapy. Okay. If we're not putting Hector there, we shouldn't put Gus there either. In needs therapy. Yeah, that's a good point. But he would understand therapy. He just would not want to do it. What was that noise? Oh, someone did a... Oh, Patreon. Thank you. I assume that was the person I was communicating with in the chat. Yeah, I mean, this is a very problematic... Like, it's hard to rank this shit. 100%. We're trying now. If we're not putting Hector there... Yeah, it's... Gus... Saying Gus needs therapy feels strange, because it's more like... He doesn't want that. Like, it's not in line with what he wants. But he could benefit it. This guy doesn't... I don't know this guy. I mean, I don't care. Anyway, no, hasn't that one. I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say. He can't move on from Max's death. I feel like I don't know what that is. Howard has definitely been to therapy. Huel would probably be... Yeah, I'm sure he could benefit from therapy. Jimmy needs therapy. This guy, I don't care, really. This person, I don't even know who you are. I literally don't recognize you. I assume you're someone. This guy needs therapy. Oh, I mean, I'm sure, she definitely, I'm sure she's been to therapy. Yeah. Kaylee's been to therapy. I don't like that old Kaylee. Is that old Kaylee or new Kaylee? That's not how I think of Kaylee. Okay, what do you all think of the take so far? I'm going to pause for a second. I think I got to pee again. So we're going to take another break, lose 10, 20 viewers, which I totally support. You're allowed to stop watching at any time. That's part of the What's Therapy stream. That's an added bonus. Only on my stream are you allowed to stop whenever you want. Okay, so everybody, I'm going to take a 2-minute break this time, 2.5. And then we're going to come back and finish up this stream. Everybody get your hot takes out. Everybody share with each other what you think about the tier list. It's going to go away for the break screen. So memorize something that you want to say about it, and then everybody talk to each other, and then I'll be back soon. We'll keep hanging out. Okay. See ya. Bye. what's up? How was everybody's break? How was your break? Oh my gosh, did you have a good break? I see a lot of interesting comments. Gus wouldn't be able to talk about his issues without admitting to being an active danger to others and immediately going to prison. Not going to happen. Well, yes, Gus would not be able to be honest to a therapist. If you tell a therapist that you are going to kill someone, they have to report it. And I think that's good. I've never had to do that, but I would have to do it, and I would do it. Now, you're allowed to tell a therapist that you killed someone like last year or, in the past. They're not mandated reporters of that. As far as I'm aware, I've never been made aware of any difference in that regard. We're not cops. We're not detectives. But, so he would be able to talk about past murders, as far as I understand. And the thing is, he's not incentivized to do that. I don't know whether any of these people are incentivized to do that necessarily. It's very hard to know the inner life circumstances of people you really only see in certain ways. Telling a therapist that you commit nonviolent crimes, that's a very interesting question. The answer is that certain states, I believe, it might be the whole U.S., but definitely, so it's like certain states and countries. I'm sure it's similar in other countries. It's like sometimes property is also something that people can be a mandated reporter about, which I think is ethically very questionable. If my client tells me I'm going to go steal from a store, I wouldn't report that, right? But what if it's a ton? And what if they're going to burn down a store? Then would I have to report that? Would it be good to report that? I mean, what if they're going to burn down a store when no one's there at night, when no one will get hurt, but a ton of property will get damaged? Should therapists report that? I mean, I don't know. It seems like it's a lot of harm that's about to be caused, but it also seems like, I don't know. I think it's tricky. So yeah, Hector wouldn't want to be honest in therapy either. Someone's pointing out that he went to occupational therapy, and yeah, that's a fair point that he also it's not like there was no impact on his mental health from the therapy he went through. It was a profoundly life-changing experience. He relearned how to live and exist. I don't, that's just not what I'm talking about. I guess I'm just talking about the type of psychotherapy that I do. But no, that's an interesting point. I'm glad you made it. I don't think we saw. I don't know. I guess yeah. I guess what's the difference? I mean, psychotherapists don't own the word therapy, and it's totally fair to call that therapy. It's just it wasn't the sense of therapy that I was specifically thinking of. But yeah, I mean, what's the difference? It's just different modalities, different ways of engaging the human being, different ways of either practicing a skill or a function or something, or relearning a feeling or an ability. Yeah, I mean, there's overlap. I could see it. Kevin Wattell could definitely benefit from therapy. Oh shit, this is getting too big for the... Okay. Kim, I think she's been to therapy. Is that a controversial take? I think she's been to therapy. That's my little germ of an idea that I have. I think before she broke up, actually, with Jimmy, she had been to therapy. I think she went to therapy off screen and we never saw it. No, I'm pretty much joking because, yeah, I'm totally joking because there's no reason to assume that. But you do see her just get so much more self-aware, and I would love to take credit, my professional institution to take credit for that. But no, I don't know. So let's just say she probably didn't go to therapy. To be fair. Okay, I have to put them together. Hold on. Wait, let's put this. Okay, let's put them in order. There we go. could benefit from therapy. Ernesto. Okay, Bill. Kevin. I don't know how to order them. Kim had to talk to school counselors. Hey, that's a good point. That's a good point. But does she need therapy more than she's been to therapy? Why does Kai need therapy? I don't know. He seems really like he had like serious behavioral issues, honestly. Like, he seemed to be kind of a douchebag. He should talk about whatever he thinks he's trying to achieve. Like, I guess he was just like his behavior was normal for like a 13-year-old. Like, just a weird obstinance. Like, I get that Mike is a strange authority and stuff, and you're in a... Okay, actually, you have to be... No, actually, I was going to say you have to be fair because he's being, like, tricked a little bit, but he's also willing to sign up for something that he doesn't know the details about. And he's an adult. Alateen. Yeah, I've heard good things about Alateen. Kai is an alcoholic. I don't want to just make things up. Just seems like a free spirit who wasn't raised with many boundaries. Yeah, and needing therapy is not a big deal. I've needed therapy before. It's not a big deal. It just means you need to talk about your life and like figure out how to like improve things. I'm just like totally jumping to conclusions. Isn't Kaylee like 6? I just assume she's been to therapy because her father passed away in a horrible incident. I forget this guy's name. He really needs therapy, but I don't know the difference between these categories. I really don't. What is the difference between these categories? Like, I guess these categories, I think there's like, I don't know. This is something I should have thought about. Like, it's just more urgent? Well, that's weird then. I don't need to put Kai in that category. Okay, yeah. Yes, there's a way to watch these streams after they end. Check the pinned comment here with the side channel link. Go sub to the side channel. But also you don't need to subscribe if you don't want to. But yeah, they're listed in an unlisted playlist on the side channel. Yeah, I don't need to put Kai in the needs category. Okay. Lalo. Not sure he would understand therapy. This gentleman could definitely benefit from therapy. This guy, I don't really know, but I don't think I don't think either of them would want therapy. So I guess I'm doing not sure they'd understand / want. I don't fucking know. A lot of them wouldn't want therapy. A lot of people don't want to go to therapy because it's, it's a little bit challenging sometimes. Needs therapy is like if you're dysfunctional. But like they're all functional by some definition. All these people are functional. I mean, it's just my opinion of like whether there's a really good chance like they're gonna do more harm or feel more bad in a way that therapy could fix. I don't know. It's pretty hard to like delineate, honestly. This isn't something you can break down in like a B, or S, A, B, C, D, F. It's really not. It doesn't make any sense. She's definitely been to therapy, Stacy. Wait, that's not Stacy. I'm sorry. Oh my god. This is Stacy. Oh, my bad. This is the Madrigal lady. I'm sure she could benefit from it. Yeah, they are beyond speaking. They talked multiple times. Okay, but that's like they were on screen for a lot of time without talking. Oh, there's a spider on my wall. God damn it. Get out of here. Shoo. That's right. That's right. Lyle. Is that his name, right? Lyle? He's ascended beyond therapy. Manuel could definitely benefit in a very real and meaningful way. Marco needs in an even more urgent way. I don't know how I'm determining that. Mike, he's been, right? I mean, he's gone to the group therapy. He's gone to the group therapy, and you saw how it went for him. I should talk about that in the video. Lyle has ascended. Oh, I keep dropping a rock I'm playing with. Okay. Fucking, what's this goddamn? Mr. Acker. I am not sure he would understand therapy. Nacho could definitely benefit from therapy. Just along with Gus, they could go and talk about their problems together. And Nacho, why is it that you think Gus wants you dead? Oh man. I did get another beer, by the way. Yeah, Lyle has clearly ascended, which, again, that's not a real thing. Okay, I forget this lady's name, the lady who runs the nail salon. I don't really care, honestly. I don't really know. She seems fine. I don't have any thoughts. This gentleman seems, I don't care either. I think he's fine. Paige could probably benefit. I feel like she probably has like a pretty tough work environment with Kevin. Oh, come on. I mean, I hope. God, I'm blanking on her name. God, why am I blanking on her name? What is her name? Chuck and... I can't remember it. I'm losing it. Mike actively did not get therapy. Yeah, that's true. But like, I guess I'm being kind of liberal with it. I mean, he could definitely benefit from it. That's for sure. Oh, Rebecca. Yeah, I was gonna say like Veronica or some shit. Rebecca. Ah, yeah. I hope she's been to therapy. It's maybe she hasn't though. Let's say could benefit. She's not Mrs. McGill anymore. Schweikart could definitely benefit. Rich. Like okay, the reason I put them in needs and like Nacho and Gus and Manuel is because I'm sort of like factoring in the resistance that I imagine they would have to therapy, which is completely made up and I have no idea. I mean, we can assume Nacho and Gus. I don't know Manuel. He could easily be down for therapy. You know, Hank, like all these people probably could benefit from talking about what they were engaged in and trying to get some, you know, it's just an hour every week or two or month where you just basically try to get a better understanding of your life and yourself and how you work and stuff. So it's really an arbitrary distinction, and they all probably shuffle back and forth over a course of time between the one and the other. No, I don't think any of you are taking this very seriously, but I think it is sort of fun to try to make sense of it. Okay, this gentleman, he seems cool. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I love that shot of him though. Who is this? Okay, it's ringing a bell. Okay, I don't think he would understand therapy. I don't remember who this is. Also, he looks really familiar. Was he the guy whose bus got searched? I don't remember who that was. Or like truck got searched? Sorry, not bus. Oh, this guy is so funny. I feel like he's ascended beyond therapy. He's like a weird fucking character. Who is that guy? Oh my god. Oh, Hank's partner Gomi. Oh, you're all so excited. What do you think? Well, you tell me. No, I haven't seen Breaking Bad. Lol. Who? Well, you tell me. Where does he go? Everybody, tell me where he goes. Meanwhile, I'll put Irene in needs therapy. I mean, she's been through so much. Oh, Werner. Werner, I love you. You could benefit. No, Tuco is very memorable. Wait, that's Tuco? Oh, I'm sorry. That's a really weird shot of Tuco. I definitely did not realize that was Tuco. Because his face looks slightly different. I don't know. Like that serious expression. Yeah, fair enough. I feel like Gomi has been to therapy. Well, okay. Well then, we have some agreement. Let's get Gomi into that has been to therapy category. If I can only find him again. Oh. Right, I should zoom out a little bit. Let's zoom out a little bit. Nice. Okay. So Gomi, we're saying you've been to therapy. I don't know the evidence, but I'm taking my chat's advice, which is always a good idea. You know, they say in the Bible of streamers, always listen to chat. They never mislead you. The guy beside Lyle is that wacky guy who Jimmy and Kim hired to help them. What was his idea again? It was like how to steal that shit from the little dolls. Was he trying to help them steal the dolls or? And then they thought about hiring him and then they didn't hire him because he didn't have what they were looking for. I forget what it was exactly. He was showing them. He was just a really funny guy. I just put him in this category because I find him a funny guy. All right, I like that you actually spelled that person's username out exactly correctly, Literate Max. You're very literate. Okay, so Tuco, I didn't realize that was Tuco. He could very much benefit, and he would talk a lot. He's good at talking. He could go on and on. Yeah. Oh, did he recommend murder? Yeah. Is that what it was? Okay. Oh, no, he was disarmed as Mike? Oh, that was the same guy? Oh my god, I feel like I didn't even I fucking hate that racist piece of shit. Fuck you. I don't care what you do. That's the same guy? Holy fuck. He's not ascended at all. Get out of that cat. You were just holding the place for someone else who I don't know who it will be. Oh. I mean, she could obviously benefit too. But, I mean, come on. Marion's the best. She was such a great, fun addition to the end of the show. Okay, this prosecutor, I don't fucking know. I don't care. I don't know her private life. The veterinarian, the esteemed veterinarian, could probably benefit. Okay, and then we have Jeff. I'm just jumping to Jeff. No, let's save Jeff for last. That's going to be fun. I don't remember this guy's name. You all probably know this guy's name. Not sure he would understand or participate in therapy. Again, all these people could probably benefit, but... Okay, Price, I'm sorry. What am I doing? He's ascended beyond therapy. Everybody told me this person's name earlier, but I don't remember it. I'll say she could benefit. Really, everybody could benefit. Yeah, this is a good lineup for Ascended, right? This gentleman's name, it escapes me. You know, it's something like it's so funny having my like certain like flaws in my memory just like as publicly available information. I don't really remember names that well. I need to hear a name a few times, you know? I'm not participating in the online spaces, commenting about these characters always, you know? So if I didn't mention them in a video, I might not know their name. That's the What's Therapy promise. Tyrus and Victor. Oh, Victor with a C. I got you. Okay. Y'all were being funny. No, her name's not Paige. Don Eladio. Donald Eladio. So Don Eladio, I think he could benefit from therapy. I think he's a softy deep down. I was waiting for this tier list pog. I thought I was gonna miss it. Yeah, this is where it's at. Like everybody cool on the internet is here right now. We're all hanging out. We're vibing. Let's get a 1 in the chat if you're vibing. And yeah. So Cheryl, I'm sure has been to therapy. I guess, I hope, I don't know. I mean, maybe they never went to couples therapy and he just went to therapy and she didn't want to go. Sometimes that happens. She's been to therapy. Come on, she's grieved her husband. I'm sure she's been to therapy. Oh, nice, a lot of 1s in the chat. That's cool. Okay. Oh my God, wait, hold on. Did I get my characters confused? I thought this was the same guy. Oh. What the? I'm sorry. I'm like, who is the guy on the left? Guy on the left and the guy on the right are not the same guy? Or is that a mistake in the tier list? I need your help. Interesting. Yeah, Cheryl had to go to therapy. You have to assume. Okay, thank you, Zen Connection. Okay, thank you, everybody. Okay. So, where did I have him? Could benefit, yeah. You know what's the funny thing? This is an interesting question. If I did this again, because, I mean, you all are helping me and you're influencing me, but at the end of the day, it's just my random fucking opinions, okay? But think about this. If I did this again, how similar do you think it would be? Like, even if I wasn't trying to make it similar, like, it would probably be similar, which is so funny. It's so funny, like, sometimes I'll edit my own writing and I'll, like, I'll print out a copy and then I'll, like, write something on it and then I'll, like, forget that I already made that exact same edit in the actual document on my computer. And it's funny to have, like, the same exact idea 2 times when you're, shown the same stimulus. But it shows that there's some consistency or logic even to the most subjective things. In your opinion, what is wrong with Lalo's mental health to disprove that he has been to therapy? I can't disprove that he's been to therapy. I just don't see when Lalo could have been. I'm not saying people who have been to therapy have better mental health, y'all. I'm just saying I literally think they've been to therapy. I have evidence to believe they've probably been to therapy, if not definitely been to therapy. I'm just trying to predict. I'm not even saying their mental health is better. I'm not saying these people's mental health is worse necessarily. I just think it's clear that they need therapy from what they've been through. I guess with a lot of these people, I don't know enough. I mean, Craig probably needs fucking therapy, but I don't know. For some reason, it's hard to say need when it's a need necessarily, but Okay, so forget that second picture. Actually, I just want to get rid of it. Let's put them both there. Frank, I know Frank's name because I mentioned him in a video. And Lalo, yeah, to answer your question, Lalo's mental health is like, it's not like his mental health is bad, but he's like, his mental health is functioning for a machine that is bad. So it's hard to say his mental health is not bad, even though it's well functioning for a machine that is itself bad. I'm just blowing a spider to make it aware that it's in my house or my apartment. I don't know in the place. Okay, Frank. I think, is it fair to say he's ascended beyond therapy? Should we add a fourth person? Jeff needs therapy. What do we think? What do we think? What do we think, everybody? Everybody give your amazing opinions. How do therapists approach people that are like blatant criminals? Well, it depends on your place that you're working. Like some therapists would work in a place where they're being referred clients from the criminal justice system. I used to work in a substance abuse rehab, so we had people who had just been incarcerated. And you know, some of those people were not done committing crimes. You know, we obviously don't facilitate people committing crimes, but you try to help someone with their mental health in a way that inherently takes them away from crime, but it's hard because poverty is also a factor, a huge factor in crime. It's not just mental health, you know, so yeah. I think Don Eladio wouldn't understand therapy. You think? For some reason, I think he's a sort of softy just from like that scene where he tells Gus that he realizes that Gus doesn't like him. Or like that Gus hates him. He's like, I can see it in your eye. Like to me, that just seems like a guy who's a little bit of a softy. I feel like he would maybe understand therapy. I don't even know these fucking guys. Like I have no way of like they'd fucking understand what therapy is. All these people would understand what therapy is. Honestly, it's weird to even say that they would. They'd understand it. They would just reject it. I literally need to rename the category. This doesn't fit them. Would outright reject therapy. Okay, that's better for that category. Mike didn't even outright reject it. Like he tried to participate. He you know, with this woman who that was a great scene. I really want to dig into that at some point. I don't know. Maybe I'll get into it 2 videos from now. I have some ideas, but. So how's everybody doing? Should we end the stream soon? Do we have anything else to talk about? I mean, Saul gone or what's up? Why could Gus benefit from therapy? I'm not sure he'd understand therapy. Yeah, I got rid of the understand therapy thing because I don't think it makes sense to say it that way. Like they would obviously get it. They would just sort of reject it. Gus would reject it too. I'm just saying he could benefit because I like him more than these guys. So I'm like, oh, you could, you know, like Lala could benefit. He could benefit. I don't know. Maybe, you know, maybe they'd soften up. Like, no, but to be real, obviously they're so disincentivized from like being vulnerable about their emotions. It doesn't help them in make their paycheck. So I'm not expecting them to enjoy opening up about their vulnerabilities anytime soon. But this is fun, right? Did we have a good time? Lay's Donut just got here. Well, the whole stream will be available on the side channel. Check the pinned comment. Subscribe to the side channel. Is everyone having a good time? Did we had a good time, I think. We filled up some time with good. No. Is there anything else to watch before we leave? I think I had a few more memes. Make people pissed off. This one's... Oh, this was interesting. This is not a meme. It's just a Twitter comment. But so someone reposted this scene, which I know we all know what scene this is.
University of American Samoa for.
Oh, I just spilled the smallest amount of beer. That's why you drink your beer, okay? That's why you drink your beer. Everyone had a great time. Wow, that's so nice. I will watch Breaking Bad soon. While I have you all here, I'll plug, check out the side channel, subscribe to it. If you want to join the Discord, just become a YouTube member or join the Patreon if you have a few bucks. But don't do it if you don't have a disposable income. You're not missing that much, but there is extra stuff, and you can, join the community and stuff. We have some more streams. I do more streams on Twitch. Check out the pinned comment. Subscribe to the Twitch, or follow, I mean. You could also subscribe, but you don't have to. Streamers slosh. I'm not sloshed. I've only had 2 beers. Not even 2. I still have a little bit left. So what else? So anyways, I wanted to show this. So they showed this scene, and then they did a poll. Chuck was right. I voted no. I don't think Chuck was right to say what he said. Isn't that crazy how fucking split it is? 6,000 votes, and it's fucking split. That's crazy. That is so split. That is so interesting. Is this showing up? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Is it not showing up? I was a little bit not looking at the right screen. That's wild.
Leave me alone. Leave me
Oh,
alone.
nice. Someone just followed the Twitch. Thanks, ISO Potato. That's wild that people could be so split about something like this. I mean, that's the beauty of Better Call Saul. That really is. Sorry, y'all. That highlights it better than, like, anything. He was right because it's objectively what happened. I don't know. But, there's that uncertainty principle in science where you affect the thing you're measuring by measuring it. By making this proclamation to Jimmy, he was, as his only closest living relative, showing a real lack of love. And I think that has profoundly negative effects. Chuck had his reasons, but doesn't everybody? There's being right, and then there's being a jerk. There's being factually right, and then there's being a jerk. And then this person says, the streets are forgetting Saul gone so quickly. So this, to me, says, they're saying this because so many people are saying that Chuck was right. They're saying that people forget that Jimmy incriminated himself, right? So they should watch my video. Right? My video. Remember my YouTube video about this? Do y'all remember when I made YouTube videos about Better Call Saul? Amazing. Should we call it a night or a day if you're somehow on the other side of the earth? I think I got some more comments I might have missed. If so, I apologize, but, whatever. We'll stream again soon. We'll stream again soon on YouTube. I'll stream again much sooner on Twitch. I stream every week, maybe twice a week on Twitch. So go follow the Twitch. You can follow the Twitter if you want. I mean, I don't know. It's probably not great to use Twitter. Just like any social media, it'll rot your brain. But follow my Twitter. It won't actually rot your brain. My Twitter won't. I don't tweet that much. Is he factually correct in the chicanery rampant? Is he right to attribute it to Jimmy's true nature? I think people abuse the idea of human nature. I think there's a realness to the idea of human nature. I think it's fair to say that there's natural aspects of what a human is, absolutely, and you can go into tons of depth about that. But I think people abuse the concept to use it when it's convenient for them. I don't know. I'm open to conversation about that. So thank you everybody for hanging out. And yeah, join the Discord by becoming a member or patron if you have a few bucks disposable. No pressure at all. But you can participate a little bit more and hang out and stuff. But really appreciate hanging out with y'all on YouTube. And some people have been watching the videos for quite a while, and I appreciate that too. If you haven't, check out the older videos too. I put a surprising amount of work into all of them. Not even just the Better Call Saul ones. I don't know, I really like this stuff. I enjoy making videos. It's really fun. And I'm so glad that people watch them. So that's you all. You're the people in that situation. So thank you so much. And should we call it a day? I wish I could raid somebody, but YouTube is kind of different in that way. YouTube will eventually get its act together and be more of like a good streaming situation, I think. But until then, this has worked great, and this has been really fun. Oh, I'm getting a call right as the stream ends. It's probably the FBI. They're like, you need to keep streaming. People need to know about Better Call Saul. I'll call them back. Don't worry. I always call. You gotta call people back. All right. So bye, y'all. Everybody have a good life until I see you next. Come hang out. I'll stream on Twitch in a few days. So go follow the Twitch if you want. Should I make it easy for you just to increase engagement? Probably. All right, check it out. If you don't have a Twitch account, you don't have to make one. You're not really missing anything, but we do have fun over there. We stream, we chat. Okay, so this is goodbye. Farewell. Saul gone. And this has been really fun. You can watch this stream on the side channel if you forget what we talked about and you want to remember. You can go over to the side channel. Okay.